I'm Ikram. I'm the managing director for the US for the company Aspivix. Okay. So in terms of contraception, you all know that the IUD is 99% effective and the most cost efficient. But at the same time, the procedure to get an IUD is very painful. Every year, worldwide, 110 million women are just suffering from pain, different type of pain, from mild to very intense. And we have 18% of those 100 million women every year who are experiencing excruciating type of pain, worst pain in their life. Also bleeding, tissue tear, and for some of them, fainting once or twice during the procedure. And why is that? It's because of one very antiquated, barbaric instrument that is called the tenaculum. And the tenaculum is basically that. So anyone who would like to play with it, that's basically what is used by OBGYN to grasp the cervix in order to stabilize it and then insert the IUD. This instrument was not even developed for gynecology or for women in mind. It was used 100 years ago on the battlefield to extract bullets from soldiers. And one said, oh, it will be smart to use it on the women. So that's the backstory. And who really wants to use that and get pinched a tenaculum? That's the clinical unmet need that we are trying to fix. This is how the IUD is placed and try to reduce the pain and also the bleeding that comes with it. So our company has developed something that is focused on women, patient-centric device that is based on suction. Basically, instead of pinching and generating pain and bleeding, we have something that is suction-based that will be feeding the anatomy of the cervix and sucking a little bit of the tissue. So that way you can stabilize and insert the IUD. Less pain, less bleeding, and better patient satisfaction and better dialogue with the physician. The product has been FDA cleared and also has received CE mark end of last year. At the end of the day, in terms of value proposition, it's a win-win-win. For the patient, we had a study that has been conducted a year ago with a prototype. So now we have a finalized product. And the results are reduction in terms of pain by 73%, bleeding 78%, and less patients suffering from pain. In terms of benefits for the physician, it's really about increasing patient satisfaction and also having a more transparent dialogue with the patient. So instead of hiding the tenaculum, let's have the device as part of the education, really explaining to the woman what will happen in placing an IUD. And for the IUD manufacturers, it will help with adoption. 18% of the 100 million per year, are just avoiding IUD because of pain, fear of pain. Now, if we are shifting the conversation, women will feel empowered to choose IUD if that's the right option for them. And that will also help benefit the IUD manufacturers in terms of increasing their revenue and women adopting IUD. That has been confirmed when I was last year at the Women's Health Innovation Summit in Boston. I've met with Dr. Brittany Barreto. She's a women's health influencer. And we were just discussing, and I was showing her the product. Within 5 minutes, she got it. And we did this video kind of for fun. She got so excited, then the week after, she posted it on TikTok. We got 2 million views in 48 hours, but now more than 3.2 million views. Almost 2,000 comments of women asking, dang, where were you when I get my IUD? And now, most importantly, where do I find an OBGYN using it? So that definitely led to a lot of requests from women asking to find this device and willing to change their OBGYN who's not really using it yet, or even delaying their IUD. And that is that happened at the same time as our ambassador program. So we have 12 sites across the US and Europe. In the US, we are working currently with Columbia University and IU Health, Indianapolis. And currently they're using the Cervix That's the name of the product. They're using it in a routine. For IUD, but also for potential procedures where they can see that fit. And week of Christmas last year, someone connected with me. I didn't know her. She was one of the very first patients at Columbia. Had the worst experience in 2017. She said, okay, never again. And she found us, she found the site. She drove from Philly to New York, get her IUD placed. The team was just amazing. And the product was just a game changer in terms of experience. I was very vocal about it. She was crying. I was crying with her. But that type of story where you have a patient reaching out to you and just saying thank you, that definitely made my year. In terms of market opportunities, so we have the gynecology market, but we also have the infertility market. When we just focus on the SAM, 117 million procedures per year. Expanding in terms of products can be used for any type of transcervical procedures. IUD is the most common. There's other options. Hysteroscopy, endometrial biopsies, even IVF treatment. There's a huge opportunities of market here with $2.5 billion. And when we think about the future, there's a new type of new intrauterine treatments, basically same type that IUD. Those will be placed for 30 minutes to be able to have a treatment locally for fibroids, endometriosis. So this is coming up. There's a few companies that are working on that. Basically, you're just placing this treatment for 30 minutes like an IUD. So, and you don't want to inflict pain to patients for 30 minutes. Business model, we have two options. So right now we are just starting the commercialization in Switzerland. We're starting also in the US as a standalone. And we have strategic players very interested also to bundle their products, their IUD, or devices. That's part of the next step. And we are addressing any type of OBGYN midwife nurses in private offices and also large institutions. In some countries, even pharmacy. In terms of revenue, we are starting, so we just got the first orders, the two first orders in January this year. Very excited about that. Break even will be probably around end of 2025. So this year we expected to get 3 million, 22 million next year, 37 million in 2026. Growing. IP very robust. Each component of the device, you can play around with it. I have it here. If you want to use it on yourself, so then you can really feel the suction feeling. So all the components have been either granted or it's pending, but we have a very robust intellectual property. We are also already working on the next generation. So the current product is a single use. Next generation, it will be half reusable and half disposable. That will be mostly for high volume IUD placements. In terms of roadmap for success, we are really focused right now on launching the product in terms of commercialization in Europe and in the US, working with Indianapolis to get publication of the study out there somewhere this year, and expanding to new indications, hysteroscopy, biopsies, as mentioned. So those will be the opportunities of growth. And next step will be also to optimize the manufacturing, so that way we can also decrease the price. And in parallel, working on the next generation of our product, with a goal to get it approved by FDA Q1 2025. In terms of team, so we have a very strong team. I'm part of the executive team. We are all from Danaher Corporation. We also have a clinical board with different expertise, both from Europe and in the US. And also in terms of board of directors, we have 3 women's health expert CEOs or VPs from other companies, like the former VP of women's health at J&J. We have also an executive from Bayer, and we have Ocon, who's the CEO. Our goal is to close the round. So right now we have existing investors who are already committed to. We have 2 new investors, women's health focus in the US, and we are just missing probably 1 to be able to close the round by end of Q1 2024 latest. And the goal is really to launch the product and finalize the study, work on the indication, and develop the next generation. If you have any questions, we can on here. Otherwise, we can have a coffee and we can play around.
Question about this. I have a question about going from the tenaculum, which I presume they are just re-sterilizing those. So how do you go from that model? Sometimes people struggle with that, going from to reuse this, and how do I then add extra? It's going to add cost into the system.
Yes, that's a very good question. In most cases, it's sterilized, but it adds time and cost to the institution who's doing that. That's a pain point. And when we ask them, do you want something that is single use or something reusable? In most cases, with 65%, they wanted something single use. So that way, we're willing to have a little bit more cost, but at least it's easier for them. And in parallel, that's why we're working on the next generation to be able to fit also the other.
All right, thank you so much. That's a yay for women.